want to be really vulnerable because I feel like this content is so vulnerable. So we want to be vulnerable with you as well. So we want to kind of talk a little bit about, in super tact, very comfortable, just a little bit about some of what we've been through with our sex lives, just so you have an idea of kind of some stuff that, we are definitely not sitting up here with no perfect story and no model after us. We know a lot, but, just to kind of bust that reality.
We're on the way,
right?
Share
our mess. Yeah, we want to share our mess with you. So we were both virgins when we got married. And so felt very blessed that we were able to have that experience. And we definitely, I was brought up in sex is wrong before marriage, the end. I mean, that was like pretty much it. I don't know, maybe you guys had more than I did, but that was about it. So everything was okay, but we definitely didn't talk about it.
No.
I mean, it was fine. Wasn't going to talk about it.
Which was weird because I was given books when I was like 10. As soon as you're 10, what's happening in my body books, and then you turn 13 and then they get a little more advanced. So like I was very aware of everything because my parents kept giving me books about things, but I didn't know how to talk about it with her.
Sorry, I wanted to hold this page up the longest. It's the cutest. Okay, go on.
and so I didn't know how to talk about it with her, and so I grew up in a hypersexualized environment. And I developed a porn addiction very early on as a child and carried it in through college and carried it in through my dating and carried it in through first year of my marriage. And it was a really sobering day that Amanda found porn on my computer. And luckily for me, she had already begun her program. And
it was still a really tough season for us too, because there was a lot of naivety. Did I say that right?
Yep.
For me as well, because it was like, but I am perplexed. You are Christian, and like it was almost like a shock for me. Like I am so confused. And after being a therapist now, it's not very shocking. But at that time, for me, it was. And so we were lucky. We were in school, and like we just had really good tools at our access to be able to really help recover and heal from that. So we did that. We had our therapy. In schooling, I'm a baby of divorce. So honestly, it was a blessing to me as well. But anyway, so I just wanted to learn about marriages just so other kids didn't have to go to 2 different houses like I did. And so I think God likes to embarrass me because he put me into marriage, and then it's like, well, if I'm gonna do marriage, I gotta learn about sex because sex is messing up all these marriages. So like, you gotta put the 2 together. And so I just think he wanted to embarrass me just to have the title sex in what I do. So I have to tell everybody because my upbringing never even used that word. So that was kind of like a transition for us coming from, but we learned a lot. We got to read so many books in my classes. And so he would read them all with me because why not? So we read all my books together, and that was really helpful.
Who doesn't want to read sex books with their wife?
So that was good. And so, and it was even better when I could be lazy and he'd read it to me and then I had to get my homework done. But so that was really well. So then moving on, we actually around the time when we came to California, I'm a Georgia baby, so that was very stressful. And so I ended up getting IBS, and then we had painful intimacy from that. And so I had to do pelvic floor specialists, dilators, the whole thing in regards to painful. And luckily, I'm blessed, like after my baby, IBS, and the Lord just healed me of that. So that went away. But then we had pregnancies, we had disrupts, we had C-sections, the change of little people in your life, just having a little person in the house changes your sex life. We also recently struggled with some infertility, which makes your sex life very different.
My ADHD medicine went kind of crazy on me for a while, and we dealt with medical complications from medicine.
Yeah, so it's like, to some of you, that might be much of nothing compared to what you've been to. Some of you, that might sound like a lot. But we just really want to make it clear that this is a sex life and it's a journey and there are seasons. You might be on top today and then something comes up or you have an injury or, hormones just do their own thing. Like there's just so much. And so being able to really understand that it's a season. And so we're going to be kind of periodically talking through the different seasons, but I just want to kind of give you a little bit about some of our background, some of the stuff that we've personally experienced. So I think that's about it.
I think so too.
We're really grateful to be here, and I'm ready to go for it.